All right. Oh, gotta set up the chat. Hey guys. As always, figuring stuff out as the stream begins. That's just how I do it. Let's see, chat. Let's connect to that chat for you guys so we can see what y'all have to say. There we go. Hey. Cool. Can you guys hear me? You should hear me pretty well because I'm trying to use an actual microphone this time and not just my webcam mic. I think it's connected. I kind of trapped myself here. Ugh. A bit of a cramped setup, but alright, let's get things started. Let me connect to my chat here on my laptop because my computer's kind of far away. Want to be able to see what you're all saying. But I guess I should tell you all what's going on. Huh? Or maybe I'll give you guys a minute to get in. I still have to figure out how to set up events so that I can give you guys more of a warning. I put out a little thing on Twitter to let you guys know that this is happening, but I know you don't all have Twitters. So it is what it is. Looks like we already got a decent crowd. How are you all doing this fine Tuesday afternoon? At least here in California, that's the time. You're gonna have to excuse me, I still have a bit of a sore throat, recovering from a little Easter illness. Alright, there you all are. Da-da-da. Alright, we got more than 100 people in here. Good enough for me. So, hey everyone, Devin here, make anything? Boop, 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 boop. Cool. Alright, we got that out of the way. So, today what we are doing here is I am unboxing the Anet A8 3D printer from GearBest. It's available through a few sources, but they're the ones who sent it to me. And so, I didn't have a fully edited video prepared for today. I decided why not do another live stream. That's usually my backup plan. And this is going to be a special one because it's going to be very long. I'm attempting to build this entire printer right here in front of you guys. Ideally without even leaving the room, but I don't know. I built the Anet A2 and that took me, I think, like 6 hours. So it's going to be a long stream, whether or not it takes that long. Is there echo? Cute. There might be 2 mics going. Sorry. Okay. Audio. Okay. Did that fix the echo, or can you just not hear me at all now? Okay, so it took Peter 8 hours, took Michael 2 days. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it in one stream, guys. So we better get started. Because I'm also gonna try to look at the comments. Try, like I always do, and usually fail because I get distracted doing what I'm doing, but I want to look at the comments and talk to you guys and build this whole printer and maybe even get something running. Let's do it. Got the dagger of truth. Of course you could use your standard scissors to open this box, but it might not reveal ultimate wisdom unto you like this dagger tends to do. There we go. The echo is worse? Shoot! Okay. How about this? Can you hear me now or not at all? Yeah, taking off all the protective paper and stuff on the acrylic and stuff is time consuming. You're probably gonna want a trash can. Recycling bin also. Alright. Okay, so some echo, but not too bad. I don't know. I can't hear what you guys are hearing. For me, it's just my voice in this room, so I hope it really isn't that bad. And I can't really move the camera, so you can't see what I'm seeing right now. But basically, we've got a bunch of parts in the box. There's an aluminum frame here. I'll just take this whole box out. The thing about these builds is they take up a lot of space. I tried to back up my table enough so that I can show you guys what's going on. Pull up a chair. Yeah, I mean, building this whole printer in one live stream is already probably like a pretty big task for someone who's done it before. This is only my second print build ever, and I haven't done the A8 yet. Haven't really looked up too much about it. I'm kind of doing this improv from scratch. Will it be a wild failure? We'll see. I'm kind of optimistic from my A2 build. I managed to get it printing pretty good. I know a lot of people say there's problems like it has to be perfectly square, and that's really important. But hey. Harry, I already unboxed the Flux Delta Plus. I'm playing around with it right now. Yeah, I'll probably just do a review video rather than an unboxing. Here's the build plate with a really shoddy tape job. Why even put tape on it if you're going to make it this crappy? But that's okay. That can be fixed. The main thing I'm worried about that I've heard is that sometimes people are just missing like a single screw that prevents them from completing the kit. That would suck. Da-da-da. Yeah, it's gonna be a long stream. I mean, I know you guys have things to do. Thanks for being around. I bet most of you won't be able to stick around for the whole thing, nor do I expect it. But I thought, you know, hey, it might be a nice way to spend the day building this printer and chatting with you guys. You can pop in and out as you please. Don't let me distract you all from your homework or your job or your loved ones. Alright. I've also got a video here, the instruction video. Does this all have protective film on it? Oh man. It's got like protective film and then they screwed through it. So if I really wanted to get this all off, I'd have to unscrew it. And then take the film off and screw it back in. I mean, that's the question. Do I do it right? Should I like... Okay. So, it looks like the first hour or so of the stream is probably just going to be me peeling off paper and stuff. So I'm going to try to stay this way, face the chat, and I'll be talking to you guys as I go through the very boring task of peeling paper off of these parts. Yeah, that's the life of building a printer. What printer do I recommend to start with? Seth? Well, maybe this one. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see how it works. I mean, of course, that's the most common question that I get. What 3D printer should I get? What 3D pen should I get? And it's always so tough to answer that, because of course I've only tried the printers that I've tried, and there's hundreds of printers out there by now. And they all have their own pros and cons, you know. You have to think about how much you're willing to spend, what kind of a print quality you're trying to get, how much time you're willing to spend making modifications and finicking around with the printer. I mean, that's going to happen with almost every printer you get. The Delta Plus has been really cool. I mean, I haven't had to do any mods or anything, and it's printing good parts. I've gotten some like weird errors, but like I've done prints using the full print volume, and they come out really clean. But you know, printers like this, the Anet A8 and the A2 I tried earlier, they're way cheaper. So if you're just trying to get a really cheap printer, there you go. Ah! Yeah. Peeling this. I should have done this beforehand, maybe. Get a knife, then peel diagonally and avoid peeling straight on the edges. The paper rips easily. I know. I just got frustrated. I shouldn't have done that. That's just going to make it take longer. I'm scared to use a knife, though, because I don't want to scratch it. I'm a perfectionist. And unfortunately, I cut my nails like yesterday. That's usually my secret weapon for peeling things, of course. And they put it on both sides. I mean, you can't blame them. They're just trying to keep things clean. But boy, is it annoying. Try using isopropyl alcohol. Maybe I'll try that. I just bought a whole bunch. Maybe I'll try some on this. Or doesn't that like discolor the acrylic? I thought isopropyl will like create white stains. Pendulum, please. The pendulum, it's slowing down. It's so old now. It doesn't spin as long as it used to. I'll give it a whirl. No light going on though. Too bright for that. The Anet A8. I haven't used it so much. Ah! Yeah. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I was kind of playing around with that thing. I'm building a newer version, by the way. I still do want to create a Kickstarter. And so, I got some parts to make it spin longer, to make it look nicer. And I guess while I was playing around with this, I misaligned some things, and now it doesn't really spin. All the spam. There's a lot of spam there, huh? I need to get some mods in the chat room, but how do I know which ones of you to trust? My patrons, if my patrons are out there, I would definitely make them mods. If you're paying me to make videos, I trust that you're gonna be a good moderator. I'm doing more 3D pen giveaways very soon. Probably like if I reach 150,000 subscribers, that should happen in the next week or two or 3. I'm hoping to have some 3D pens to give away by then. It's going to be hard to top my 100K giveaway where I actually had a full 3D printer to give away, which was awesome. But I don't think that's going to happen again until 200,000. Or maybe 175. I want to set milestones whenever I can. I love giving you guys free stuff. The reason I haven't made a DIY video for the pendulum is because I want it to be really good. I'm trying to figure out the best way to make it, and I want to produce it. But, you know, I'm all about open source, making things available. If you're going to take the time to build something yourself, go for it, man. That's awesome. I want to encourage that. Yeah, I get a lot of emails of people asking me for files and stuff for printing the pendulum, but I don't have them right now. I lost a lot of my old files because my computers tend to crash, and now I've gotten better about backing up all my files, but that wasn't always the case. But I think Make is a YouTube channel called Make, and they have a video on making a double pendulum that's slightly different, but if you watch that, it's the same idea. You should be able to figure out how to make one like mine. Yeah, the Anet A8, I stopped printing with it because I was waiting for a cooling fan to come in the mail. So I got the fan now. I need to build the enclosure, or like a way to connect it to the printer. More peeling. Woo! That was one part. But these are the biggest parts. Once we get this over with, oh, it's going to be so fun. You do the peeling, and then you, like, screw things together. It's a blast, guys. We're having a blast. I know. I know this is boring as far as an activity. That's why I'm trying. Give me some questions. Give me some good questions so I can speak about something. Hey Dustin. Yep, the paper peeling portion of the stream has already begun. It's gonna last for a while. I guess that's something I should have thought about when I decided to commit to this full live stream of the build. Why don't I stream on Twitch? I'm barely figuring out how to stream on YouTube, but if I could do like a simultaneous stream on Twitch, sure, I could do that too. Is there a reason that you guys want me to stream on Twitch instead of YouTube? Is it better for some reason or another? Okay, cool. I got some questions. Will I do an A8 versus A2 video? I probably will. I mean, they're like same price range and very similar printers, so it might be a good thing to do. My experience with Delta printers, Doug, is limited to just the Delta Plus, the Flux Delta Plus that I'm just starting to play around with right now. It's working really well, but it's hard for me to say, like, oh, that doesn't represent all Delta printers. So I can't have an opinion of Delta printers in general. Besides the fact that they look really cool when they're printing. That's one thing I can say. I really like the way a Delta printer, like the way all the parts move. It's very futuristic looking. Spaceman Ben. I'm not studying anymore. I'm graduated now. I'm making YouTube videos. That's what I decided to do after graduating. It was a risky choice, but it's paying off. You know, I'm getting sponsors now, and I'm supporting myself all right. I've got my patrons who hook it up and help me keep making these videos. I did not expect to be able to maintain it for this long. I am slowing down a little bit now. I really enjoyed Easter. Like, since I graduated and started this channel, I haven't really had many weekends, you know. I've pretty much just been, like, getting up and saying, what am I going to do for the channel today? But it's about time that I needed to slow down a bit. So if I have a few videos that come out, maybe only one a week instead of 2 a week like I've been doing, that might happen for a while. As long as I can keep paying the bills And I want to make as much content for you guys as I possibly can, but I also need some time to relax, otherwise my video quality is gonna suffer. I want to keep it good. So yeah, what was I saying? I studied product design at Art Center College of Design. Product design is awesome. I basically wanted to be an inventor when I was a kid, and product design lets you be an inventor, more or less. You just focus on building products that solve problems that people have. And I love solving problems. What better way to use your creativity than to make life better for people? Tony Ryan, what kind of a setup do you need for VR modeling? Well, you do need a VR headset, which is obviously not that cheap right now. But in the coming years, I feel like it's going to get way cheaper and way more accessible. But I've got the HTC Vive. I bought it used on Craigslist. Oops. I bought a computer specifically to use for VR because I only had my laptop. So it was an investment. 2 parts peeled. Hurrah. Now I don't really have anywhere to put these down, and they're going to probably end up getting scratched anyways. That's just a screw holder. Maybe we can do peeling among other things. Let's start like doing some of the actual installation. So I'm just following along with the video that they have up. So this printer's got an acrylic frame. The Anet A8 has an aluminum frame, which I figure would be a little more sturdy. Nope, I still have to peel some parts. Okay. I haven't even taken everything out of the box yet. Oh, that one's heavy. We got threaded rods. We got smooth rods. That's what's going to be running the Z-axis of the printer. Cable protectors. Alright. Okay, I need to peel 2 more parts. 2 more parts before I can start like the general frame assembly. And then I'll start screwing things in, rather than all this pen peeling. The one screwdriver they give me is a flathead, not a Phillips. I have one here in the room, though. I was hoping I wouldn't have to leave to grab tools or anything. I want this to be like a continuous thing. There's already enough downtime with me just having to peel all this paper. Okay, let's see. More questions, more questions. Yeah, it's all the peeling. That's the nightmare. The stream would have been a lot quicker if I just did the peeling first. But hey. Make a huge 3D printed spider. Oh, that would be a fun thing to sculpt in VR. I would be happy to collab with 3D Printing Nerd and Maker's Muse, Angus over there, and all the 3D printing channels. We all talk to each other, but yeah, I had a little thing started with Joel. He had his candy printer. I don't know if that's still happening, but I designed some candies to print. They might have been too complicated for that printer. It's a 2-in-1 screwdriver. Are you sure? Oh, snap! Thanks for the tip, Victor. I probably would not have noticed that. Fancy, fancy. Destroy the foam. Why should I destroy the foam? That's just going to be a mess. Where did I get my computer? Yeah, the computer I use, since I was getting it for VR, and I didn't want to spend so much money on it, I built it from parts. I basically researched the cheapest possible printer that would work with the HTC Vive that I could build. Still cost like 800 bucks, but it runs well. I haven't tried any like super intense VR games, but honestly, I prefer the VR sculpting and stuff more than games. It's just super fun modeling stuff in VR. You guys want me to spin the pendulum again? I'll try. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix it so it doesn't like run into itself. Ow. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I like took some parts off of it. Ow. This acrylic is sharp. I just cut myself on it. Should have expected some casualties. Destroy the foam and rub it against the paper shielding to make it remove easily. Is that real? Or are you just trying to get me to make like some annoying noise where rub the foam against there? I feel like that wouldn't work. But then again, a lot of you guys have more knowledge actually of building 3D printers and stuff than I do, so maybe I should listen to your advice. Talk about the Florian competition. Yeah, the glasses I designed. I got 3rd place. Woo! In that competition designing the glasses. Still waiting for them to send me the prize, Florian. They sent me a spool before, and it's a pretty cool filament. Prints really well on my Sigma. And I've got something I'm working on using that filament. Why did I get the A8 and not the A6? I asked for the A8 specifically because that's the one most people ask me about of those like Anet printers. I think it's the oldest one and just has the biggest community around it. So there's more mods available and more people who know what they're talking about as far as getting it to run really nicely. I don't expect this to be like an amazing printer right out of the box, but I have seen photos of prints that people have made on this printer that look really good. So I know it's capable of some like great prints, but probably not without some heavy modification. I have a lot of 3D printers by now. I'm pretty behind on reviews. I gotta do reviews for you guys. Talk about all the different printers I got. I just unboxed my Lulzbot Task 6 yesterday. It's printing a giant print right now. I think I might love that printer. Yeah, the coupon. I put a coupon in the description. It should be active, so if you want it, I mean, I figured you might want to wait until I build this thing to see that it actually works, but if you're confident enough, you can buy the Anet A8 through the description. I have a coupon code, make anything, and you can get the printer for 160 bucks. You can't really get a printer for much cheaper than that. Well, there's a few, but I haven't tried them yet. I can't speak to how well that's. What is it? The $100 Start printer or whatever it's called. Sounds interesting. I'm not gonna play the Mr. Funk theme. I don't have time to play the guitar right now. I've got a lot of work to do here. Maybe if I'm still alive by the time I finish building this printer, I'll play some guitar. But that might have to be, we might have to save that for another live stream. Hey, watching from Italy. Kevin, you're not alone. I also have more 3D printers than I've had girlfriends. Maybe. About the same, I guess. No, yeah, the link, the original price is like $180, but you put in my coupon code and you can get the printer for $160. Although I was so rushed to put that thing up today, you guys should wait. If you're gonna buy the printer, wait until like a couple hours after this stream so I could change the link so that so I have my affiliate code. Then I get like a couple bucks for every printer that you guys buy, which would be nice. If you're gonna buy a printer, better the money goes to me than all to that company, right? Alright, I've got 4 parts unpapered. I can connect something and start actually assembling, considering that this is an assembly video. Ba-da-bow. So these two look to be identical. Gotta make sure, not like... yeah, those are identical. So I'm going to start by sticking this in like that. It's a loose fit. See, the worrisome thing about all these like acrylic printers that fit together is when you laser cut acrylic, just the age of the machine and the way that the laser is focused, and so many little things affect the tolerances. So whether it's going to be like a good enough tolerance that the frame is square and that it prints really well will have to be revealed throughout the day as I construct this printer. So here we have the pile of bolts. We're looking for the M3. Yeah, it's good to like start laying them out and organizing. M3 18 millimeters, that's what I was looking for. And the M3 nuts. Okay. So I'm going to need those, 12 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really wish I had like a top-down camera. That would be pretty cool for this build. To be able to switch. I need to get some USB extension cords for my webcams so I can set them up in a more interesting configuration. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 12 of those. And we need 12 of these little guys. Watching from Lithuania. Can I sing? Well, based on my last live stream, it seems that I tend to start singing things while I'm talking. Maybe I'll sing a printer building song. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there we go. Make a 3D printed fidget toy with a small rod in the middle and 2 small handles that freely moving on the rod. I don't know exactly what that means. Like, I want to make the things that you guys asked for, but there's so many fidget spinners out there. I feel like, does the world need another fidget spinner? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you would say yes, but I think there's enough people working on that. Alright, this is... What am I doing? Gotta get the little nuts in here. What am I doing? Okay. So I'm just going to start threading it very loosely in here, and then I'll tighten everything once I've got all the things in place. It's kind of tricky. There we go. These M3 screws are tiny. And it uses 4 screws for each of these connections, which I guess is good. That can help with the making sure that it is square and sturdy. So I should be happy that they're making me do all these screws. Watching the video. I'm kind of getting ahead of the video already, so I'm really bad at like following the instructions. I'm good at following instructions, but I get too confident sometimes, and then I try to just wing it, you know. It's not really the way to do it. All right, screwing that in. Yep, and you don't want to tighten these too much because acrylic can crack. We want it to be sturdy, but you know, just tight enough. Okay, that's good. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, construction has begun. Now to do it on the other side. I see all the pendulum requests. As I mentioned earlier, I kind of was fiddling with the pendulum, and it doesn't really work anymore at the moment the way it's supposed to. So if I try to spin it, it kind of just ends up running into itself and slowly self-destructing. We don't want that. Well, some of you might want that. If I had multiple, actually, it would be kind of fun to watch a pendulum self-destruct. Put up a sign. Yeah, I'll put a sign on the pendulum. Out of order. Ah, these tiny bolts. I wonder, I'm going to use some magnets to like hold it in place. Magnets. Good for everything. Oh, what are these bolts made out of? They're barely magnetic, but come on. Get in there. I believe in you. I believe. This is the most exciting live stream ever, is it not? 2 hours of Devin trying to get a bolt in place and dropping it. Okay. The magnet doesn't work. Have I tried Myco? Is it Myco? Miko? I have done some threaded 3D printed parts. It works surprisingly well. Like, you'd be surprised how well 3D printed threads work. I've done it several times. Oh my gosh, I cannot get this to line up correctly. There, okay. I'm putting the bolts in first, and then I'm connecting it. I mean, I guess I was going this slow for my A8 build too. I just wasn't live streaming it. I feel a lot of pressure right now to be fast enough, but I also have to be thorough. I want this thing to work after all. I don't have a Prusa i3 Mark II. I hear so many good things about it. I think that's another one I need to try eventually before I can really like recommend starter 3D printers. Those are kind of there's like 4 recommendations I hear the most for like cheap but decent first 3D printers to get. It's that Prusa i3 Mark II, the Anet A8 that I'm building right now, the Wanhao Duplicator i3, which I guess is a Prusa knockoff, and then the Maker Select from Monopress. Those all tend to get good reviews. If your budget is $200, I mean, this one's within your price range, but the thing is, you gotta also remember, like, your filament's gonna cost you, like, at least 20 bucks a spool. It does last a long time, but if you're getting a 3D printer, make sure you can afford actual material and not just the printer, otherwise it's not worth a lot. Oh, so this is also an i3 knockoff. Okay. I guess that's a good thing. Then I at least can get a sense for the style, the printing style. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird that I have such a big 3D printing YouTube channel because I feel like I know relatively little about 3D printers compared to a lot of the other YouTubers. You know, my channel tends to be more oriented towards the design end of things. I just happen to use 3D printers for everything, but I could definitely get schooled when it comes to 3D printers. Okay. Boom. One more part connected. Let's see what's next. Attention! Do install the screen button correctly. The button is on the right. Okay. More of this. More of trying to get these tiny bolts in correctly with my freaking giant hands. Okay. It's definitely easier to put the bolts in place first, even though that's not how they do it on the video, but you know, they've got smaller hands than me. Obviously. Because this is like an impossible task for me. Okay, so this goes up like so. Slots in. Still sniffly. Can I talk about Cool Guy? What is there to say about Cool Guy? It needs no explanation because there's no way to explain it. Well, I'll say this. It was a high school project that turned into a video, and it just went viral. We were just being goobers. We're just weird enough for the internet, you know? We're the right kind of weird that the internet likes that video. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do a series on any printer, really. I mean, I try, you know, I'm still trying to focus mostly on doing projects and design things, but I want to feature all the different 3D printers I'm getting, so hopefully I'll be able to mix things up and use all my different printers in different videos so you guys can get a feel for what all of them are like. Okay. We got the biggest 4 parts assembled. Just give it a little bit of final tightening. What's next? At least it's like you're assembling the main frame first. I feel accomplished already. I've got something large standing in front of me. Okay. Yeah, these all could use just a little bit of tightening. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Screw those in. We good, we good. Alright. Now I gotta use these little guys. Which means back to the paper peeling. Everyone's favorite part. But that also means I can look at the comments a little more. Yes, this is a printer. I'm glad some of you are fans of the mustache. Personally, I'm just trying things out. I'm not sure yet if it's going to be an ongoing thing or not. I don't quite have the genetics to grow a full beard, I don't think. At least not yet. Maybe when I'm like 60. Okay, these parts are way easier to peel, at least. Samuel, I considered leaving the paper on, but I know I would regret it in the end. Because there's no way I'm going to disassemble this and then peel the paper off after it's done. Plus, it gives me time to not have to, like, be looking straight down. I can look at the comments while I peel the paper. So I think it's actually kind of nice. Gives me a break to see what you guys are all saying. DHP Network. It took me 1.5 hours to peel the acrylic. Yeah, I believe it. We're at 47 minutes so far. And that's mostly what I've been doing is peeling acrylic, so you might actually have a better time than me. I need to review a 2D pen and a 2D printer. Do I, though? I got nothing against Star Wars, but I probably won't make anything Star Wars themed because I try to avoid making anything based on existing IP. Alright, got those little parts printed. We're going to need some more of these M3 screws. Yeah. See, I almost started singing there. Whenever there's downtime, my brain wants to sing. Okay. Hold up. It's always a little confusing orienting this. Looks like it goes. There's da-da-da-da. Yeah. It's going to slip in like that. Oh, but it needs a bolt. They keep trying to tell me to stick that in and then put the bolt in. No, that's not how it's done. Put the bolt first, says Mr. Big Hands. I need to make a separate assembly video. How to assemble the Anet A8 with big hands. It's a completely different process. No. So far, this is pretty easy. I mean, I don't expect it to be difficult. It's just about patience. I'm very lucky to be a patient person because everything I do requires quite a bit of patience. Whether it's 3D modeling, assembling printers. Definitely making things with the 3D pen. If you're making anything on a 3D pen that's larger than like a golf ball, it's going to take many hours. I just hope the microphone doesn't run out of batteries. Uh-oh. Is that right? This fit seems to be wrong. It is supposed to fit that way. Now that would be weird if it just didn't fit. Do I have the wrong part? I don't think so. This is not aligning correctly. If I get cut off right here, that's going to be irritating. We're just getting started. But it's so... Okay. I made it fit. Yeah, didn't really want to line up there. But I guess that's what's making it square. That's what these things are for. To make sure it does line up the way it's supposed to. Oh, is the H1 powered by USB? That's good to know. It is plugged in with the USB. I just wasn't sure if it was running on battery power or not. Dustin the Japman, everyone. Master of 3D printing and technical knowledge. He's helped me out a lot on this channel. And he's moderating right now. Homie! Check out his YouTube if you haven't already. A lot of you probably saw the pretty cool video we've made on those giant twist containers. The screwdriver isn't really the right size for these screws. It barely works. Let me see if it works better. Yeah, that works a lot better. See, like, people complain a lot about Chinese printers. There's nothing, like, inherently bad about something that comes from China. They do have a lot of factories that try to make things in the cheapest way possible. Okay, never mind. That is freaking annoying. I got my own screwdriver here, and it makes it a lot easier to tighten these screws. I thought these were tight, but they're not really that tight. That screwdriver is just a little too small. They were slipping a little bit. Yeah, who's up at the weirdest hour right now watching this live stream? Where in the world are you? If you're watching this at like 4 in the morning. If you've just arrived, I am attempting to build a 3D printer from scratch. Not from scratch, from a kit. Within a single live stream. And right now I'm just tightening screws that I thought were tight already, but they weren't, apparently. Or I guess just maybe now that it's square, it aligns a little better. Okay, seems good. Where do we go from here? Uh-oh. My internet's slowing down a little bit. No bueno. Sorry guys if my connection's not being super reliable. This part, back to peeling. Oh, sorry guys. Hopefully I don't have to lower the quality of the stream. But if it's giving us trouble. Yeah, it keeps jumping around. It's like, oh, the stream is super healthy. Oh, but now it's not working at all. Grr. Here we go. This paper peels a lot easier. Those first parts just had some little bits that were tough to print. Is it still not working for you guys? I feel like it's more smooth now. No? Am I still going in and out? So, this is going to be my longest live stream by far. I do also think it would be really fun to do some live streams of my VR sculpting. Because I can stream what's happening on my headset while I do it. How long is it going to take? I don't know. From the comments people are giving me, it seems like it could take like at least 6 hours. Maybe 7, 8, maybe 2 days. But hey, you gotta give me props if I stay in front of this camera for 2 days building a printer. It's not gonna take that long. Okay. Got that part. We need one of these. Which one? One of these. Oh, we got some little tiny things here now. That's where you gotta get careful not to misplace anything. One of these. And one of these little guys. I think. Nope. They don't actually show the close-up of what I'm working with. I'm just trying to see it in the video. Oh, here we go. No. Where that part at? Look at all these little, like, tiny acrylic parts. Now I understand why it takes forever to peel. These are gonna suck to peel. And, like, this part looks almost exactly like the one that they're telling me to use. But not exactly? Or is it? I think that's the one. We'll see. Like, my wrist is itching. Like I got an allergy from the styrofoam or from the acrylic or whatever. I don't know. Hopefully there's not some weird chemicals that we use to clean this. Do I recommend SketchUp for beginners? Not if you're going to be 3D printing. I personally did use SketchUp early on when I was learning to make 3D models, but it's not really made for 3D printing. If you're a super beginner, Tinkercad is not a bad way to go, but it's pretty limited. I'm starting to learn Fusion 360, which is pretty awesome. It's free if you say you're a startup. And it's pretty powerful. So maybe some people would say, no, it's not good for beginners, but hey, you might as well start with like something that you can continue learning and like get really good with, rather than just using all these like really little starter softwares. I think it's easy enough. I mean, nowadays you can just look at YouTube and they'll teach you how to do everything. Alright, Stanzy, see you in 4 hours. I will be sitting here, most likely. Maybe even still peeling paper. No. Hello, Carmen in Spain. Adam Shoe. My favorite things that I've 3D printed. Well, one is a game or like a toy that I invented that I haven't shared with you guys yet because it's pretty special to me. And as much as I love sharing my designs, I want to make sure that I can be responsible for making that one a reality versus someone ripping it off. Other things I'm like, yeah, if you're gonna, I don't know. That's my favorite thing. The favorite things I've shared, Pendulum, which is barely 3D printed. My 3D printed guitar, I love that thing. I also really like my exploding RC car that I shared last week. Ah, the stream disconnected. Thanks for letting me know. I have to set my computer not to fall asleep. That's what I should have done before. Whatever. Let's just come and go. Oh, and my freaking webcam has been slowly drifting downwards this whole time. See, my computer went to sleep, so I couldn't actually see. I should have the webcam on a tripod or something, but it's just stuck on top of one of my monitors because I'm using the tripod to hold my microphone. I need to start investing in a little bit more equipment. That's what my Patreon supporters are for. That's how I got this field recorder. That's how I got my lapel mic. So I was working on fixing the audio quality. I got my lighting too, which was very useful since I was sleeping in late and waking up late, so I had to film a lot with my lights. Even though I know it's a lot nicer to have just natural lighting. I'm kind of on a regular sleep schedule now, sort of. More than usual, at least. I woke up at 9:30 or 10 today, which is good for me. Ooh, Natasha in Malaysia. Eileen in the Netherlands. Dennis, Portugal. Let's see how many names I can mispronounce. Andreas in Greece, that's cool. France. Ein Österreicher here. Is that Austria? Österreicher. That's my wonderful German accent. Malta. This is so cool that you guys are all over the world. I really dig that. That's the age we live in. I can talk to all of you. When that wasn't possible a few years ago, you know? I could just be talking to people in all these different countries. Super cool. Okay, we're looking for some tiny M2 screws. Here they are. See, I don't think the screwdriver they gave me is going to work for these tiny guys. Maybe. I really hope I don't have the problem I had with the last build, which was that some of the holes and the acrylic were too small. I had to take it to the garage and Dremel it away. That would be annoying to do right now. Okay, length of limited switch of Y rod. Okay, I need to find the Y limiter. Yeah, this is exactly where I had a problem last time. These limiters weren't able to screw in place. Ah! Oops. Why? Why stop? Right? Yes. Why stop? Why stop now? I made it this far. Okay, so that's screwing into this little tiny part here. Okay. Gotta be very careful to do this the right way. Goes like that. Screw that in. Cool. The camera's drifting again. I still think it's in a decent position right now. I really gotta get my stuff together, huh? Thanks for bearing with me, though. I'm not a pro yet. I'm just learning as I go along. Alright, good news is that these screws actually do thread into the acrylic quite easily. So I'm not going to have to go down and do some modifications in the garage, which would be a time waster. Yeah, the camera likes to look at the floor, which is a sad camera. Is the stream dying again? No! Internet! Don't fail me now, internet gods. That's really what I should use my Patreon funds for. It's just getting the fastest possible internet. They need to bring Google Fiber here. Well, they have it actually. A few cities away, they do have Google Fiber, but not here. Alright, got the Y switch on there. Screwed them in. That's all well and good. So that's going to get popped in. Like that. Really? Kind of bends this wire in an awkward way. The one thing I am scared of, like these printers catching on fire. I've heard horror stories about Chinese kit builds just going up in flames. These little wire connections are sometimes a little flimsy. Some more of these M3 screws. Yeah. How did I get so many fans in the Netherlands? How does that happen? I always do wonder how you guys find me. Is it just like YouTube suggesting me, or do you guys find me through search or something specific? I know a lot of people came searching for 3D pens, but I know that's not the case for everyone here. Ah. Velociraptor, you liar, you are not in Peru. That's my sister. Thanks for watching. Enjoying your vacation, watching me build a printer. Alright. Got that in place. I have an Arduino? No, I don't. I wish I knew how to use Arduino. the more and more I see like really awesome projects being made with it. Okay. Well, it's jumping. It's jumping to something else now. We're getting some motors into play. The Y-rod motor. Maybe I should just destroy the phone. Yeah. Screw it. Okay, we got the Y-rod motor, and that's going to use this thing. Need some more of these M screws. Told me I needed 2 earlier, and I only needed 1. That's weird. Install motor of Y-rod. Where does that go? Please, do tell. Sometimes these instructions go too fast, sometimes they go too slow. And sometimes I'm just confused. Wait a minute, did I do this all backwards? No, I'm doing it alright. I just have to like hold it in the same way that it is in the video that I'm watching. And that'll keep me from getting too confused. No, I think they're doing something wrong. Wait a minute. Okay. I did do it wrong. Alright, first mistake of the stream. I installed this backwards. Not the biggest mistake, though. I'm like, there's no possible way that they moved one of the holes. Although, I'm confused. There we go. That goes like that. Yeah. Yeah. Get that into place. There we go. There we go, there we go now. I should print a cover for my camera. What do you mean a cover? A lens cap? That was one of my very first videos. I do have a lot of camera related prints that I've been meaning to do, but I keep getting caught up with different printers, and now I have all these printers to review. Soon enough. I just need to build up a solid army of printers, and then I'll just get back to doing a lot more design projects. But it's really fun trying out all these different printers, learning about it while teaching about it. Oh, I'm watching the wrong videos. I shouldn't be watching the official one. I mean, it seems... sometimes the English is a little weird, but it's good enough. It's clear enough that I'm able to build this. I would explain what part of the printer I'm building if I knew. No, this is the part of the build blade I think that's going to be controlling the y-axis. Something like that. Yeah, I should make a tripod mount for my webcam or something. That'll help me with these live streams. Okay, I connected that. Screwed that in. Now we are attaching the Y rod motor. So that's going to go like this. No, like this. Bada boom. I'm going to need 3 M3 12mm screws. Are those the ones I've been using? No, those are 18mm. Maybe these? These are 20mm. Where are the M3 12s? It must be among these. This here is extra. This is where I get worried. I hope they didn't forget to give me those 12mm ones. We got M318, M320. Here we go. Yes! I need to stop worrying so much. Can I do a close-up? I can't do a close-up because my webcam is connected to my computer that's all the way over there. I can't. Maybe I can carry it over to the over to you guys in a second. Let me get some stuff together. Definitely want to screw this in. I'm going to use my screwdriver. Cha cha cha. I know. I mean, I don't know how common it is that they forget a screw or something, but I've definitely heard of it happening to other YouTubers who are trying to review a printer and they're like, oh, but they left out one M5 screw or something. That's gotta suck. So yeah, I don't know. Max, it only took you 5 hours to build? That's promising. We're at 1 hour 20 now. Just about. Yeah, I mean, it's coming together. It's coming together bit by bit. I think this is definitely doable. That there bloke plans on building a robotic arm? Maybe. I mean, I'm a lot less engineering oriented than a lot of people who get into 3D printing actually. It's a lot of engineers who start 3D printing. I took the design track and still ended up falling in love with 3D printing. I am a fan of engineering, but I never studied it professionally, or I don't even think I'm that good at it, but some people call me an engineer. Okay. We got that in there. So now that we have the motor mounted to this acrylic piece, we will be able to connect it to this whole little panel right here. We're going to need some more of these M3 12 screws. Is that true? Or is that still the instruction from the previous? No, never mind. I'm too far ahead. No, now I need those M318s again. Alright. You guys are still sticking with me. Thanks to everyone who's here right now. I appreciate you hanging out. I wish it was possible to have like some kind of crazy giant hangout where I can see all of your faces and like it'd be a giant forum. Because I know, I want to interact with you guys as much as I can. Reading the comments and stuff is nice, but I want to see you guys. Okay. This connects like so. Makes sense. Fits together. Okay, a little closer. Just to fill you in on what I'm doing. I don't know how well you guys can see it. So this is this whole like Y rod section that I'm working on. There's a little Y stop here. This is we got 3 of these in the printer, which is pretty common. It lets the extruder head know when it's reached the edge of, or I guess it might be the build plate. It lets the build plate know when it's reached the limit of how far it can travel. And then we've got this motor here that's going to be controlling a belt that's going to move the Y-axis of the printer. And of course, since this is a 3D printer, we have 3 axes that we're going to be controlling. So we're going to have to move it in 3 directions. So yeah, this is nestling in right here. I'm going to screw that in, and then that's going to start becoming the base that the build plate is sitting on. I think it's my first i3 build. What? I have to be very careful stepping over all the cables I've got here. I've got like my microphone connected to my computer and my laptop charging, and my computer just went to sleep again. Yeah, like while I was setting this up yesterday, I tripped over all these wires and like the mic came tumbling down. I'm a pretty clumsy guy. Alright, a couple more little tiny bolts here. My favorite. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing here. I can go back to the comments. What was my first print? I have my first print ever. It wasn't something that I printed, but I designed it and I got it printed through school. And it wasn't an FDM print. Like, so all the prints that I do, all my printers are FDM printers. They lay down layers of plastic. But the first thing I ever had 3D printed was, what's the name for it? Selective, no, it's not laser sintered. It's a starch print. So it uses a binder. It uses layers of starch. I don't know. Chapman, you know. Save me. What's that called? SLA? No. No, it's not SLA. I don't know. It was a starch print. Just a little, like, revolved model. I'll have to bring that up one day. I mean, I do have a Droid Cam. I have, like, an app on my... What's it called? Phone. I have an app that lets me use my phone as a webcam, so I could actually take this stream with me and walk throughout the house. So depending on how this stream goes, or if I have to go down to the garage, I might be able to show you that, my first print. And I can also show you what my Lulzbot is printing. It's not a new design, it's just a giant version of one of my VR sculptures that I've got printing on there. I'm trying to test the maximum build volume of the Lulzbot Task 6, which I think is like 9.7 inches tall. SLS. Probably an SLS printer. But it's not laser sintered, I thought SLS is selective laser sintering? Maybe. I cannot confirm nor deny it. I don't think I'll still be streaming when you wake up if you're going to bed right now. I hope I'm not going to run into that many problems with this build that I'm still working on it like 8 hours from now. But who knows. Good night, everyone, for whom it is late. Don't let me keep you up. Although, you can just keep this running. I mean, I figure this is a pretty good stream to fall asleep to. I don't plan on, like, screaming or making any loud noises. Alright, we've got that connected. It's rigid, solid. That's good. What next? Okay, this wire is being fed through this hole. Do I have this oriented right? This is going this way. It's going up, down, through. Yeah. I think I've got that right so far. Okay, we're going to be connecting this to the big frame that I made earlier. Awesome. Two big parts combining. Those are the satisfying stages of this build. So getting some more of these M18 screws. More of these little nuts. Awesome. Remember this guy? Some of you haven't seen it because you joined a little later. This is the first thing I built today. Okay. Let me orient this the same way it is in my video. This is connecting like so. Boom. But I already see they're going to want me to connect it with these nuts. Being Mr. Big Hands, I'm going to do it this way first. First, insert the bolts. No, the nuts. I keep confusing nuts and bolts. That's how you know I'm not an engineer. Very simple things like that. And I see that the webcam is falling down again. I gotta start hunching even more. I'll fix that in a second. Let me just screw these all in. Uh-oh, lost one there. Gabriel, I went to Art Center College of Design in Pasadena, California. One of the top product design schools in the country. If you're interested in product design, definitely check it out. If you make it through there, you will be a good designer. Guaranteed. Well, not really. It's always up to you. You can always be as good as... sorry. How much did it cost for the ad slot? Are you guys getting ads? I don't know. There's a play ad button here, but I haven't hit it. Will it play an advertisement if I hit it? I'm gonna try it, guys. Sorry if it goes into a super long ad. I just want to see what happens. Playing an ad. Based on complex criteria, some of your viewers will see an ad. Keep on streaming. Oh no! I did it. I did it, guys. I put some of you into advertising land. You're helping me pay for this stream. Thanks. And sorry. Tamsin, sure. If you fall asleep listening to this stream and you end up in some weird dream where I'm like building a really cool 3D printer, or like I start 3D printing human clones and something, I don't know. I don't know what a weird 3D printing dream would consist of. That was almost a loud noise. I promised not to make any loud noises. I don't want to wake people up. You've already watched 2 ads? Well, I don't blame you guys for having ad block. But if you are watching ads, thanks. I'm getting some pretty pennies for it. Oh, yeah. I plug my school for free because I'm really happy with it, with the education I got there. Besides the fact that it's like a freaking boot camp. Don't expect any college parties if you go to Art Center. I think I went to like 2 parties my entire time there. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting the add button. This is no longer a live stream, it's just an infomercial for all my sponsors. Alright, we've got that connected now. Starting to look like a machine instead of just an acrylic frame. We've got some electronics mounted onto it now. Exciting! What next, almighty video? Tell me, where do I go? Screwed that in, yes, yes. More paper peeling, that's what we do. Oh no, I already peeled this one. Look at me. And we got this little thing. What is this? Ah, and this is another one where it's like screwed together, but it has protective film on it. So I am going to take it apart. Being the perfectionist that I am, I don't want any little paper bits hanging on there. Oh man, the screw isn't coming off. It's like not properly mounted on here. And I don't have the tools that I need. Actually, yeah, I do. My Taz 6 came with a little toolkit. Mostly made for fixing printing related issues, but I can use this pair of pliers here to help me unscrew this stuck bolt. Ah, got it. Why are you watching this? Just kidding. I love you guys. Fix the camera. Okay. I try to make it really stick. I wonder. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do something crazy here. I'm gonna mount it onto my light, which has this like, see this thing? I'm gonna mount it on top of that. Hello. And maybe that'll allow me to move things around, and I don't know. I think it'll work. Yeah. It might be a little more sturdy. Oh, and then I can get this cool view of my mess. Oh no, it's not strong enough. Hold on. This could be good. Stay. Stay, boy. How's that? Yeah, kind of works. Cuts off my head, but now you can see the table a lot better, right? You guys like that view? I think it's better than what I've been doing for the past hour and a half. Maybe next time I need to wake up half an hour earlier and get things figured out. So I got a nice, good angle going. Oh no, I left one of my parts over there. Yeehaw! Live streams. Live streams are crazy. One day, I'll just get it going. Is the camera still moving right now? It might be wobbling a little. Wait, really? Do I have my y-axis backwards? Hold on. Oh shoot, you're right. Ah, this is the main reason that the live stream is awesome. Saving me some really silly mistakes. Thank you, Electron Ron 1. So that's the second time I've been saved this stream for making a silly mistake. And it wasn't because of the video that I'm following. They have it right. I just wasn't paying enough attention. I would have noticed eventually, but better sooner than later. Will I publish a stream recording? I mean, I guess I'll leave this up. It's probably not going to get many views, but for whoever wants to just pop in later on, this will be recorded. Okay, so I gotta flip this thing around. Whoops. And the computer fell asleep again. This is madness. I'm just running around trying to keep things from falling apart. Okay. Yeah, if you're just joining, I'm building the Anet A8 3D printer at the moment from the kit that I received from GearBest. Link in the description with a special coupon code so you can get a nice, pretty good discount actually. 20 bucks off of an already very cheap printer. 25 bucks off. It is coming from China, so shipping does take quite a while. That's the biggest complaint from a lot of people, is they just don't like waiting for a printer to ship. But you can't have everything. If you want a really cheap printer, you gotta sacrifice something. Man, the demand for fidget spinner videos is insane, you guys. Maybe I'll make another one. I've been resisting, but gotta do what the people ask for. Alright, so reconnecting this on the inside, the way it was meant to be done. You're buying the Anet tomorrow, nice. The A8? I don't know. I'm really excited to see what the first prints coming off of this look like compared to my Anet A2. Because, I don't know. I'm really curious, like, does the acrylic versus aluminum frame make a big difference? This is aluminum, or this is acrylic, but the overall, like, structure of it seems a little more heavy. So it might could fare better or worse than the Anet A2. Was the camera blurry before? I'm sorry. PC cost me 800, I believe, 850 bucks. The GTX 970, I think? No, maybe a 980. Whatever was like the minimum that the HTC Vive could run on. And apparently that's where the big differences come along. Like if I got the 1080, I would probably be able to bump up the quality quite a bit for my VR set. I can't assure the quality of this printer because I'm still building it. Even after I build it, I can never assure anything. Like, shoot, just because this one works doesn't mean they're all going to work perfectly, but... Bleh. The camera cannot be tilting upwards. Wait, it totally is, huh? Yeah, I used to be looking at the table more. Why does my camera have a life of its own? Gotta do something in between those. I guess there's going to be a lot of fidgeting with the camera for the rest of this video. That's good. Makes me stand up for a second. I didn't remove my filament strength video. Maybe you're just having trouble taking it off. I can't imagine why it would be taken down. Okay, got that back on the right way now with the motor on the inside. Thanks for the tips. Thanks for paying attention. That was a test. Just wanted to make sure you guys knew what was going on. No, I'm kidding. Totally my fault. Okay, now we got these little things, which I don't know what they are. Sorry, I would explain it if I knew. Just gonna pop in like so. And I'm connecting it the same way that most of the parts connect on this machine. M3 18mm screws and an M3 nut. Yeah. I don't know who came up with this connection method, but seems like the way to connect acrylic parts with screws is to create this little notch that holds onto the nut. Okay. Put that in there first. Double check to make sure I'm doing it the right way this time. Yes, it looks good. What gear am I using to record this stream? Oh, the camera's all sideways and stuff. Artsy. Yeah, maybe I should fix that. I can already see it slowly falling over. Oh, why didn't I plan this out better? I'm just recording on an old webcam that, I don't know, I think it was my mom's or something. I just found it lying around the house somewhere. And I'm using XSplit as my streaming program. That's what let me have the chat running and have this stuff. And then, I wish I remembered his name. Some homie was watching one of the earlier live streams, and he helped me design this layout that has a nice little frame with the Make Anything Gray. I'm gonna have to find you somewhere. I never gave you the proper shout out for helping me design the layout. It was super awesome. Even just for motivated me, or just showing me, having me realize that it's possible to create a layout. You know what? My room isn't that messy. This is all just from this print build that I'm doing right now. Although I do have some like photography equipment and lights and stuff. Okay, yeah, my room's messy, I guess. Okay, let me fix the camera again. I'm gonna use tape now. Make sure this thing doesn't move. Ooh, scary close up. Alright, you little bugger. How do I do this? Oh wait, that kind of works. I just clipped it. Maybe no tape. I'm not relying on that yet. Is that a decent angle? Whoa, look at that. You can see like the reflection of the screen. Okay, clipped the camera in some weird way that it seems to be sticking. Sure. What? Hey, that looks okay. Alright, we've got this miscellaneous part. I will tell you what it is once I figure it out. Someone in the comments probably knows. Got that screwed in. What are we doing with that? Nothing yet. We're gonna use bringing these guys out. The rods. I feel like I should start tidying up a little bit. It's getting kind of crazy here. Maybe a water break? Yeah. Stay hydrated, folks. This is your little reminder. Okay. I just want to move some of this stuff a little bit. Oh. There's some more tools here that I didn't see before, but I guess I haven't had to use those yet. And more wire clippers. I love it. These things are great for cutting filament. And I also really like the blue that they use in the Anet. I got the same one for my A2. Just a fan of blue. Okay, so we've got the threaded rods. What do I need to do with them? You gotta open it first of all. And to do that, I'm gonna grab this X-Acto knife. Makes quick work of the saran wrap, which would be otherwise a pain to remove. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna put some this here. Alright. We got one little one in here too. For 3 different lengths of rods. Yeah. So we want the 400mm ones. Which ones are those? I've got a ruler here. 400mm, aka 40 centimeters. Looks like it's the long ones. I need the M8 bolts. Messy, messy, it's getting messy. Yep, it's 1:51 here, and I am in California. Beautiful, sunny California. Okay, we're gonna need 12 of these bolts and washers. So is that that might be all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I can't imagine why we need all of these. It's not all of them, but most of them. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, they have the correct amount at least. Good news, still not missing parts. Whew. Alright. So it looks like I'm feeding these. Where am I feeding these? Okay, let me set this up. This is where I need some space. I'm going to put this, thread this on here. Check the comments really quickly, just in case someone points out that I'm doing something wrong. Thanks, Julius. I'm glad you appreciate the work I'm doing. Yes, I do have a tattoo. No, I won't explain it. There's not much explanation behind it. One of my old school teachers came through town and she was doing tattoos, so I decided to go for it. So it looks like I just want to screw this near the middle. Put 2 washers in between. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, yeah, we're doing a lot of washers and bolts and screws, and my monitor fell asleep again. Move the mouse. Just screw that on like so. So they got 1 bolt, nut, washer, washer, nut, nut, washer. Correct? Yes. And I want to do that for both of these rods. Why? I don't know yet. Okay, because it's been another, well, I was gonna do the pendulum, but it's not even in the camera anymore. Can't even see it, guys. I have an hour-long video of this thing spinning. Why do you want me to spin it right now? That's the whole reason I made a full hour-long video of it. Although I really do want to do another video of it at like different angles, because it kind of changes the dynamic of how it spins. I'll do that once I have my second version of it built. I just need to go back up to my school so I can cut out another big circle and use the laser cutter. Why would you think I'm building a toaster? Well, it doesn't make anything, right? So, can't blame you. Toaster is anything. Oh, hello from everywhere, and thanks for all the compliments. You guys are awesome. You are all my inspiration to keep doing what I do. Truly. I do it for you guys, not for me. But I do it for me too. You know, the compliments are nice. Okay, got those nuts and washers in place. Now let's see what we're doing. It's gonna screw in. I'll flip this around and put this. Interesting. There's a weird setup going on here. So this goes through here, and then these 2 washers are gonna kind of sandwich it into place. I hope you guys can kind of see what's happening here if you go like full screen. I don't know. I don't know how many of you are actually like here to follow along with the specifics of building this printer. First, it's just here to chat. I mean, I'm not planning to be the authority on building printers. Just thought it would be fun to hang out with you guys today. And it's not really saying how much I need the rods to stick out. Show me the other side. Okay, so they don't have it sticking out very far. It's like less than an inch. So I should do that right now. I guess this is what's... I don't know. I don't know exactly what this is. It must be holding on to the build plate foundation or something. I'm a professional, guys. Just adjusting this a little bit. Whew, I need to open a window. I can hear the birds now. Can you guys hear the birds? Sorry. Okay. I think that's good. This live stream has been going for 2 hours now. Not too bad, actually. I'm not hungry yet. I'm trying to make it through the whole stream before I take a lunch break. It won't be lunch at that point, I guess. When will I do a Q&A? I mean, this is as Q&A as I'll probably get. You can ask a question right now, and hopefully I'll see it and be able to answer it. If it's a good question. Okay. Hurry up. These things, they take time. I'm sorry if I can't finish before you all have to go to sleep or do things that you have to do. I'm still like not halfway through the first part of the first video. So there's still work to be done. What's going on now? Some more screws going on the end here. And this is going on here. So this is weird. It's not really... I hope it doesn't have to be perfectly square. Yeah, and it's like, do I have to be very careful? I have to make this as long as possible. Am I affecting my build volume depending on how I screw this together? I feel like this is where someone might correct me and tell me that I'm doing something wrong. So you should print a table fan, that'd be fun. Hydro dipping, yeah. I contacted them a while back and they're like, yeah, we'll totally send you some stuff for hydro dipping. And then I got super busy and I never got back to them. But I'd still like to do that. Seems like a super cool way to add some flair to your prints. Okay. I'm going to adjust this, well, yeah. I'm going to adjust it a little bit to make this as long as possible. There. What music do I like? It's hard to define. Contemporary, eclectic, indie. I don't really style my hair. I just have just push it in a certain way, and it does some weird things that are kind of fun. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. Leading rod. 380 millimeters. Yes, the rod. Oh, sorry, Jatman. Jatman's messaging me. Yeah, dude. He lives like right around the block. Yeah, dude. Feel free to swing by. If you wanna help me out, make sure I'm not screwing things up. Okay, okay. More of these M3 screws. $18 millimeters. 4 pieces of each. Let's do this. We're building a printer. It's pretty fun, like, to be able to say I built my own 3D printer. I mean, this is still not, you can take it further, you know. Plenty of people actually build a printer from scratch. I'm not nearly at that level, but one day it would be fun to make a printer that's like almost entirely off of 3D printed parts. That's always been like the dream. Self-replicating 3D printers. Okay, we got some little bits here that we gotta, some more stuff to peel. Sorry, I will refrain from answering questions about my love life. This is a 3D printing channel, okay? Stream cutting out again? Sorry guys, I don't... A pocket version of the pendulum? Yeah, like a little pendulum fidget. That would break the internet, right? Pendulum fidget spinner. If I could somehow do that in a way that is actually fun to play with. But the problem with the pendulum is like the smaller it gets, the faster it spins, and then it kind of just gets a little too crazy. It works better at scale. Sorry if the stream is cutting out. I mean, let's see. Should I try to mess with the settings? Hello. Okay, I can turn down the bit rate, which might lower the quality, but at the same time make things stream a little smoother. Let's try that out. I lowered it a bit. What am I going to be printing with this printer? I don't know. I haven't really planned specific things for this one. Got to see how well it works first. With the A2, all I've really been printing is like little desktop organization tools. And I printed out a lot of brackets for that printer to make it sturdier. That should help improve the quality. Stream is not working. Is it still not working for you guys? My thing says it's working. I'm not getting any warnings right now. Okay, let's see. I got these parts out. So we're going to start adding the smooth rods now. So just put this through here. And that connects to this back part. Whoop. Yeah. Oh, so it's a little stopper here. It's covering one of these holes. Oh no. Another challenge for my hands to get this little tiny thing threaded in here. I think I'm going to use the pliers. Ah. Pliers not included, so you might want to have some of those handy. Yeah, that definitely helps. So it looks like these are just little stoppers for those smooth rods that are going to be going in here. Got another one here on this side. Oh, who hooked it up with a super chat? Pixel Gear. Thanks, man. Pixel Gear is doing some cool stuff too. He shared his like light up helmet he's working on. Just like a giant dome helmet just covered in LEDs. Super cool stuff. It's always fun to make things with LEDs. Am I ever coming to Spain? Hopefully. I'd love to stop by. Spain is a beautiful country. Okay, we've got those things in place. But next, looks like we're inserting the smooth rods here. The shorter ones, I think. Is that going to reach? Yes, just perfect. Oh no. It's a little... I actually need to shorten this distance just a little bit so that these rods don't slip out. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, I agree with Jasmine. Stay away from the M3D printers. When I was interning at New Matter, they had one of those for research purposes, and it was pretty junky. I don't think we ever got a good print out of it. Yeah, like there are good cheap 3D printers, but you really got to do your research with any 3D printer. Even the more expensive ones, they might not be good. Do your research if you're going to buy a 3D printer. Whether or not you're spending a lot of money, you want it to work, right? What inspires me? That's a good question. I'm inspired by problems, by wanting to fix things, and also just by nature. The way that nature solves problems as well, in very elegant and interesting ways. I'm inspired by all the amazing things that other people do. Oh, I was supposed to do something before slipping this one on. We've got some slide bearings. I think that's what they're called. Okay, so I'm sliding 2 of these through. It's weird that it's only on the one side. But who am I to question it? Alright. Oh, never mind. It is on both sides. So I need 2 more of those. 2 more of these bad boys. Make sure not to lose anything. Yeah. I can get mad at GearBest if they don't give me all the parts, but if I lose something, that's on me. So make sure you're staying organized when you build something like this. That's why I really keep everything in their Ziploc bags until I need it. You don't want to just dump everything out, or it's going to take you a lot longer to build this printer. Okay, slip these on. Oops. And then we're putting on the end caps to hold these rods into place. Easy enough. Ah. Don't drop it. No! Okay. Where are my pliers at? Ah. Let the video get ahead of me. Right, okay. Do want to tighten these. I'm glad the printer is nice and light so far. I'm just gonna grab that screw down. We're at the 2-hour, 15-minute mark so far. Not too shabby. It is 2:17 in the PM here in California. West Coast. Hello, hello, everyone. Okay. So I think now I have to adjust the length of this so that these rods don't slide around. Let's see. 10mm reservation of the rods. What does that mean? What's going on here? Yeah, it looks like I'm adjusting this so that it's going to be... Gotta get that tight. Use the little washer, the little thingamajig. Okay. Well, I don't think I need to use that yet, actually. I can just do it by hand. I do play instruments. I love music. It is my other great passion. 3D printing and music. I mostly play guitar, but I started out playing piano. Okay. Got to put two more screws here. I forgot to put washers here. I don't think it's the end of the world, but I guess I should put them in. It's easy enough. I hope this was not a grand mistake. It's okay, Becca. I don't feel bad. Or, yeah, don't feel bad for having to go to sleep. I will be valiant. I will complete this build. Even if there's no one watching. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to do something here to make sure this is perfectly square from just... I hope I'm doing things all right. Lucas, do the models have to be on Thingiverse? Almost. Most of my models are now free on myminifactory.com/users/make anything. And I'm going to keep putting up my files on there. It's pretty cool. They have a nice deal where I can offer the files for free and I still make commission. So I can keep making cool videos. Win-win. This rod's still moving a little bit. There we go. Now it's sturdy. That's what we've been going for. Tighten it up now. It's coming together. If I could have any superpower, that's always a tough question. I mean, they would all be pretty awesome. Like, I would love to be able to just fly, just for fun. I wouldn't be a very good superhero. I would just be flying around, having a grand old time. Being able to freeze time and walk around would be cool, too. Especially for pranks. You could pull some wicked pranks. That'd be an interesting superhero movie. Like, the guy who gets superpowers and all he does is use it to, like, mess with people. Who is my favorite YouTuber? You know, honestly, I gotta admit, I, don't watch... What? I watch a lot of videos, but I don't, follow specific people hardcore just because I'm so busy. I'm busy being a YouTuber, but I know I should. I gotta, be involved, see what's going on. I'm just very bad at that. What? This one's loose again. What am I doing wrong here? Sorry, this part's going kind of slow, but I want to make sure I do it right. We don't want to do all this and then have sloppy prints coming out, right? We want it to look good. I've heard good things about this printer, and I want to live up to what it can do. Okay, seems good now. Seems good. I almost started 2.5 hours ago. We've got a pretty good assembly going here, right? It's not so bad for 2 hours of work. And a half. Alright, that seems okay. Next up. Time for this thing. I don't know, this might be connected to the heated plate, so I might actually have to remove this protective film. I kind of like it blue, but it's not supposed to be blue. That's just protective film. It's just some steel. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this apart so that I can do it proper. Proper, mate. What was that? What even accent was that? What color is your toothbrush? This is why I don't do Q&As. Is that the kind of stuff you guys really need to know? It's blue and white, though. If we're being real. All right. He never removed the plastic. Yeah, with this part, it's actually like kind of hard to tell that it's a film. If I wasn't familiar with it, I might just think that's an anodized steel or something. But no, you do in fact want to remove this. Might be releasing some fumes if you got a heated build plate on top of this. Go do your homework, smiley face. Otherwise, you will not be smiling when you go and get a bad grade. Ben, awesome that I got you inspired and that you're using the A8 to print some cool stuff right now. See, I'm hearing like from the comments, a lot of you seem to have this printer and it seems to be working, which makes me optimistic about this build. As we reach the 2.5 hour mark, losing some viewers. Understandable. We might drop below 100. We're right at the limit. Who has been here the whole time? Shout out to those of you who are like sticking your way through this. The marathon men. Alright. Getting that film off. There's still quite a few acrylic parts that we're going to have to do some paper peeling on. Not looking forward to that. Well, there it was. There was my big flub. Oh god. That, yeah. Just dropped a lot of parts. Hope I didn't break anything. I'm scared to go check right now. It was bound to happen, right, guys? I told you I'm clumsy. Something had to break. Oh God. I'm gonna finish putting this together. Breathe. Whew. It'll all be okay. You did not just destroy all the motors. Sorry for waking you up. I promised I wasn't gonna make loud noises, and there it was. Oh man. No bueno. Okay, hold on. Just gonna finish putting these screws in, and then we're gonna assess the damage. Every time. Yes, I agree. Failing is part of the process, but if I actually broke something and I'm not able to complete the build, that would seriously suck right now. I started this stream with some goals, and I want to be able to finish them. Also, this part is kind of junky. The threads are too big. The heck? How's that? The threads are too large on this piece, so I have to screw it in from the bottom or something. Which, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to affect. Ah! This is where everything goes wrong. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, man. It just, like, totally flipped over. Fell face down. And I think... Okay, luckily that wasn't the part of the box that had the display in it. But I think it did have, like, the power supply. It did have all the motors. And maybe the extruder. No, didn't... No, the extruder block is safe. What was the purpose of me buying this printer? Well, the printer was sent to me. I didn't pay for it. It was sent to me by GearBest. But the reason I'm doing this build is because a lot of people are curious about what printers they should get to start out. And this is a cheap and often recommended printer. So I thought it would be good to show you guys what it's like to build and see how it prints. So now I'm re-screwing this thing in backwards because that's the only way that it'll hold together. So I'm intentionally doing it wrong. But it's the only way that seems to be working. I don't know. I think it'll more or less work the same way. What's my favorite printer right now? Surprisingly, that EV160, the first printer I reviewed on this channel, is like super reliable. It's giving me really clean prints, which is surprising, because it's one of the cheaper printers. It's not cheap. It's still like 800 bucks, but even compared, it's like printing nicer than my Replicator 2. It's printing among the nicest of all my printers, which is awesome because low cost, super sturdy. Okay, let's look at that box I dropped. Well, it's all on the floor. I mean, ugh. How did that even happen? I know how it happened. I'm a clumsy bum. That's how it happened. So yeah, everything fell out. Okay. That's okay. So yeah, okay. I mean, the hot end did fall. So did the power brick. And all the motors. But they're sturdy. It's gonna be okay, right, guys? Nothing is cracked. Nothing is like physically broken. So as long as all of these things still operate, we'll be okay. Oh, and also it does have a part cooling fan that already makes it a lot better than the Anet A8. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's better, but the fact that they actually include that should be mandatory. It's kind of silly to have a 3D printer without a part cooling fan. Okay. Temporarily relieved. Nothing's like obviously broken. Yeah, it was a very loud bang. Everything just like flipped over and hit at once. It was kind of a mess. Okay. Where were we? Make sure nothing's too close to the edge of the table now. A little more paper peeling. We need some M4 14 screws. There they are. Whew. Yeah. I don't really like sitting in stools. Need something with some back support. Especially since I'm kind of like trying to fit into the frame of the camera. What would I have done if I broke something? I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Okay, so we got some over there. Yeah, 3D print some edges for my table. Not a bad idea. Oh wait, no, I don't. Yeah, 414. Okay. I need 4 of these. Oh! Maybe I needed that to wake me up. It really made my heart jump for a second. So I'm screwing in these 2 little thingies. Da, da, da. I do kind of wish they were telling me what I'm doing. What is the function of these little things? Oh, yeah, this is the heated build plate mount, and it's going to be sitting on top of this very shortly. Hey, and good news, the camera isn't falling over anymore. At least we got that figured out, right? Diagonally lock the screws and do not lock tight until all screws are positioned. M4 8mm screws is what they are calling for. I'm like setting this down on what? Okay, so M4 8mm. We need 16 of those. We're not there yet, guys. There's still a lot to do. Still a lot to do. I knew it was an ambitious goal of live streaming this whole build. I'm not regretting it yet, but I am a little bit terrified. I might just... Blah. Check messages. Jamming. Okay, I got 16 of the... Oh, no. Yes. Texting break. Might as well throw an ad on there. Pew! Alright. Where were we? We got all these little screws. And we're screwing them in, to these slider blocks here. And that's why they're saying diagonally lock the screws and do not tighten until all of these are in here. Okay, easy enough. So yeah, go diagonal. Alright, got that. Oh, I'm just going to take a little nap on here while I'm screwing those in. I don't think it's going to take... Like, we're at 3 hours. We're getting a lot of stuff done already. I mean... Actually, yeah, I still got to install the belts, the whole Y-axis, the display, and everything. There's still a lot to do. It might be a 7-hour build. But I think closer to 7 and farther from 12. I definitely did not prepare for a 12-hour live stream. So, but I'm going to do what it takes. Do I get bored putting the machine together? I mean, it's kind of fun. It's like, I like simple tasks every now and again, just like monotonous, repetitive. Just follow the instructions. It's kind of nice. Although if it really does take 12 hours, I would probably not do it in a single go. Except for the fact that I'm live streaming this. Oh, do I really have the plate on backwards? Oh, what? How did that even happen? I'm already making really stupid mistakes, guys. And we're only this far into the build. Yeah, that's definitely wrong. Who caught that? Frankie. Once again. Okay, so maybe it's probably the best thing that I am live streaming this. Because otherwise my mistakes might go unnoticed. Jeez. And that's why it was confusing me. Like why it wasn't holding in place. Because I had it on upside down. Gah, how did I not see that? Like it's so obvious. They're sending me an ambulance, I guess. Favorite song? I don't really have a single favorite song. Does anyone? Yeah. Can't answer that. I don't play many video games because I'm busy. I like video games, but I'm busy. Definitely enjoy the VR games, of course. Alright, reassembling this correctly. Is this a good printer for beginners? I would say yes. Depends what kind of a beginner you are. If you're a rich beginner, you should just buy like a friggin' $3,000 printer, and then that'll be super great for beginners because everything should just work. This is good for beginners because you're learning a lot while you're building it, and it's cheap. So if you screw up too bad, it's not the end of the world. I don't know. I have printed a VR headset, but just a simple one. Nothing like the Vive. I printed one that holds my phone. That's another one of my early videos. By the way, guys, April marks the 1-year anniversary of Make Anything. I didn't do anything about that, but that should be exciting. I should be excited, and I am excited. I've been making videos for a year now. How cool is that? Alright, 3D print creator. I'll see you in a bit. Do what you gotta do. Alright. Wait, okay. Yes, this bar is supposed to be on top. Preventing another silly mistake. I have not been making videos for 5 years. Just 1 year. As far as 3D printing channel, I've made Cool Guy was 5 years old, but that's something completely different. Speaking of which, on that my comedy channel, we are still making some more. Yes, I am following the messy YouTube tutorial. But I don't find it too bad. You just have to pause it pretty often to make sure you're doing things right. But I mean, they show the whole process. This doesn't look perfectly aligned here. Let's hope that resolves itself. Are 16 screws really necessary here? I guess so. Yes, this is definitely something for patient people only. If you get easily frustrated. If I got easily frustrated, I might have given up already. Because I've made a couple stupid mistakes. Nothing too big yet. Nothing that requires me to take apart the whole printer. Yeah, that would frustrate me. I got my first printer in 2014. Not too long ago. Not too long. Whew, my palms are getting sweaty. Knees weak, mom's spaghetti. Electric screwdriver. Yeah. Thought it would be nice. The M3D is 11 pieces, but it's a crappy printer. Who cares how many pieces of it is if it doesn't print things nicely? I don't think I've printed architectural models, Lawrence. Not that I can remember. It would be really cool, though. Especially if it was like my own house or my neighborhood. Love the printer, just make sure to swap the PSU. I don't know what that means. What's the PSU? Processor? Whatever. Something like that. Hints on upcoming projects. If you want to know what's coming up, you're going to have to support me on Patreon. That's a little perk for them. They help me decide exactly what I'm doing. Sometimes there's too much on my mind and I need someone else to tell me what to go forward with. All right. Seems okay. Will I ever do a meet and greet? I mean, if you guys are near Orange County, I'm almost certainly going to be at the next Matter Hackers meetup, which is in Lake Forest. Lake Forest. Matter Hackers have meetups every now and again, and I like to go there and hang out. So yeah, you can meet me there. Alright. Done with that. It slides. It doesn't feel super smooth. Well, it is smooth. It's just kind of noisy. Might have to use some grease. Okay, time for the belt. I don't like this part because it's really hard to get the tension really good. With the A2 I had to print those belt tensioners, but ideally you don't want to have to modify it. You should be able to just do it right. Okay. Let's see. I gotta set the printer down sideways, which means I gotta make some room again. But that does not mean putting things to the edge of the freaking table where they'll fall off and scare the crap out of me. In fact, I'm going to put the sensitive stuff on the floor. Can't drop from there. Alright. Ooh! That was a close one. A lack of beer. You know what? You're right. Later on, it might be necessary. Just, relax my back. Okay, so I need to feed this through this bottom portion here. Attention! The direction of the tooth belt should be consistent with the video. Of course. Oh, we've got a guest. Let me catch the door. BRB. Alright, look who's here, everyone. Ugh. We got the Jammin' in the house. Let's make sure I don't do any more stupid mistakes.
Did you mess it up yet?
Almost.
Almost.
But things seem alright. Just adding the belt right now and doing what I do.
Nice.
How you doing?
Very good. Did anything break over here?
No, I don't think so. I put everything on the floor now so that it can't fall. I mean, the power supply, the power brick fell over, and the extruder. Those things are pretty tough, right?
Mm-hmm. These are injection molded now.
Yeah. Yeah. Were they printed before?
Yeah, these used to be printed.
Stepping up the quality.
Dang.
Okay. I'm guessing you've built one of these or something similar before, yeah?
Yeah, but this build quality is a lot better than the one I was building.
Oh, really?
So you're not picking up on that mic at all.
How do you know?
Because everybody hears you on your webcam.
Great. I mean, if you want to fiddle around with that, feel free.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just a lot of cables and stuff. But,
This one?
well, that's a shame. Okay. Let's see, keep this around. This is kind of through here.
Let's see how you get that one going.
You only have enough for both belts, so don't cut it short. Yeah. That would suck too.
How's the audio now, you guys?
Can you hear things better?
Well, you got two cameras.
Yeah, that top one's not doing anything. I don't know on my computer. It's my backup. Did he say something? Does that mean you can't hear anything now?
Better. Okay, so now either you're silent or you're better.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta do some like test live streams instead of just going straight here. Attention, do not cut the belt too short. Yeah. But don't cut it too long either. Where's the clipper? Here we go. Live streams instead of just.
No, your audio's way better.
Alright, everyone. Thanks, Dustin, for saving the audio. You owe him a subscription now. If you appreciate that. Alright. Screw this button.
Put it back the other way. Coming in too hot?
It might be loud now.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is where I have to make sure that there's enough belt tension. Tricky part. Is it possible to have like too much tension?
If you can strum it like a guitar, it's gonna be your max.
Yeah. Which I don't even think. I don't think I can achieve that.
Jeez. Well, that built's a lot easier than the Tronics was.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did that take you?
About the same amount of time, but your parts are a lot nicer.
Alright. Belt shouldn't be too loose or too tight. Use your
Audio
finger.
is horrible. How's audio horrible? I was just listening to it. We will see what it is.
Try to make it a little tighter than that.
If you're self-employed.
Oh, are they giving you an ad? All hail our corporate overlords. That's decent.
It is your mic.
And it's also weird, like, it wouldn't let me, you can't use the lav mic when streaming through the USB.
What do you mean? You're using it right now.
No, the lav, like, connection.
Yeah, well.
When I was doing it, it would just go silent.
Yeah, it'll do it.
Oh no, forgot to pause the video.
Okay, now I just lost the audio. It was live, and now we lost it.
Huh. Technical stuff. Tricky.
So what step are you on?
I mean, it doesn't go with number, but I'm 20 minutes into the first half. That's 40 minutes long, so I'm like a quarter of the way. Quarter of the way done. Can you believe it? 3 hours in. So maybe it is a 12-hour build. It's alright.
You're binding.
On this end, I think.
It's twisted up here.
Oh, so I have to move this.
Yeah.
I hope I can do that without losing it. It's gonna be tough.
Sounds good. Sounds okay. Well, you guys are probably not hearing anything because we're not saying anything.
That's some good sound in silence. Yeah, I'm just gotta focus now and make sure not to screw this up too much.
They don't like the audio from your laugh.
So might as well just go back to the webcam. Oh, that made it worse. Ah.
Alright, ready, you guys?
You happy now?
This isn't doing anything. You guys are being picked up on his webcam mic. Well, at least now you got more table space.
Yeah.
It's still binding.